The top 10 Xbox Game Pass retro games, the best old games from the years gone past. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So we start the list with the absolutely classic James Bond experience, 007 GoldenEye. That's right, we're going back to what is considered perhaps the best shooter of all time. Varying levels of difficulty will change what your objectives are as you go about as James Bond trying to save the day. You've got to blast your way through various areas, solve puzzles to some degree, and of course become the agent in this game based on the film's name of the same name. Blast, destroy, and find your way through varying levels using stealth, combat, and of course a trusty machine gun or pistol, depending on the weapon you have for the particular situation. Good luck out there, 007, and try to get the job done. Age of Empires 2, the all-time classic experience that has been upgraded and revamped for the modern era. There's a reason people continue to play this game so many decades on. Literally decades, as you enjoy the ultimate real-time strategy experience that has beautifully been conversed and upgraded for the console platform. The controls are, with the radial menus, kind of amazing. They work way better than they should, and it is kind of amazing. Enjoy the experience alone with others. Tons of customization options as you battle along the ultimate skirmish situations, the campaigns, or just in multiplayer to enjoy this incredible experience where you harvest basic resources and try to move through the ages in order to build the wonder or try to exterminate all those around you. It really has something for everyone, and it is an ultimate treasured classic game. Just like Grim Fandango, which is an adventure game and considered one of the greatest games ever created. It is an absolute classic, an experience that dives into elements of life, death, hilarity, and of course, solving an adventure. You will try to make choices that will allow you to progress through this particular story in this world that takes place after life. It's an interesting and intriguing story that dives into themes, styles, and concepts that really do help make this one of the more intriguing games to ever have existed. They really don't have too many experiences quite like this today, as the point-and-click adventure type of scenario has almost all but vanished, except for, a few titles here or there. But Grim Fandango really does, from a legacy standpoint, stay strong and stay above those in the afterlife. And Doom, the original Doom. There's something magical about the first classic Doom experience. Yeah, they've upgraded it, they've added some content to it. There's actually a plethora of maps and whatnot that you can enjoy as you work through this campaign, but there really is something magical about this original Doom experience. Whether you're collecting keycards, blasting these foes across this range of unique, treacherous landmarks and land masses and areas and facilities, but there's just something about it. The music, the design, the style, the combat, the first-person shooter really come alive in an imaginative and exciting and thrilling way. There is something about Doom that has become eternal, but also this original version still has a certain level of excitement, design, and dynamic play to it that is just so much fun to dive into. Just like the platforming excitement that is Banjo-Kazooie. Enjoy a quick but simple adventure. Well, quick I would probably say it's a little bit crazy, but you go along as just this bear with, well, bit of a bird, and the two of you platform and battle and attempt to save Banjo's family. I know, right? The family situation has come into play. It may seem a bit simplistic, but there is a reason that this particular 3D platformer is so well loved and has so much to offer those that dive into it. Enjoy the richness of the adventure, whether you are collecting extra honeycombs or just kind of exploring and working through the story in a quest as old as time itself to battle back against the witch, because somebody has to be the fairest of them all, and honestly it's probably Banjo. Banjo's a pretty cool bear, what can I say? Where you been, Banjo? It's been a long time. Just like a long time since the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. The original role-playing adventure that really showcased just what consoles could do for role-playing games. Sure, it's simplistic many years on, but you can still have a delightfully charming and really kind of integrated and deep role-playing experience. Some that come from this particular era of gaming say that the more modern Elder Scrolls games perhaps are a bit simpler in terms of their role-playing. There's something about the detail, the depth, and the expansive landmass that Morrowind provides that truly is one of the most remarkable role-playing games of all time. Sure, later Elder Scrolls games have come, people love Skyrim, people love Oblivion, but there is something about the, I wouldn't say simplicity, but the more calm, older school design of Morrowind that is absolutely beloved and makes this such a classic retro game. Just like Perfect Dark, which basically takes GoldenEye and perfects it. Hence the name Perfect Dark. Joanna's here, an agent, in this very stylistic, highlighted, and great looking environment that is decently well upgraded. But yeah, you go around and you shoot and you complete missions and objectives and you blast in what is really one of the greatest first-person shooters ever created. Like I said, they learned a lot from GoldenEye, and then they kind of went and they did, well, Perfect Dark, as there was many technical stuff and blah blah blah, but basically everything that they had been working on, everything they had been developing for technology, concepts, and ideas, they threw into this slightly futuristic shooter game, and it just works. It really is quite a wondrous, fun, and exciting experience to have as you dive into the world that is truly unique to Perfect Dark. And the world that is unique to Blinx the Time Sweeper. Why am I including this? I don't really know. This game's crazy. It's a very weird game that is almost a bit ahead of its time. I know, right? The Time Sweeper. Anyways, you play as Blinx and you kind of like suck up things and battle stuff in order to get gems and points in time, and you use time in a sort of non-linear almost kind of way, I guess you would describe it as. But Blinx is wild, weird, zany, absolutely ridiculous, and kind of a worthwhile game to just kind of take a look at and be like, what is going on in this sort of thing? But yeah, as I said, the time concepts and whatnot actually are a little bit ahead of what they were doing in gaming at this current point in era and time and everything like that. And Blinx is a very distinct, interesting, and weird character that you probably haven't heard of at all. But you've probably heard of Quake. And Quake 2 is awesome. Quake 2 is amazing. So whether you're doing the campaign, the cooperative campaign stuff, the multiplayer action against others, Quake 2 is fun, explosive, action-packed, filled with just crazy chaos, destruction, shooting, blasting. It's high-octane fun that really does feel incredible. Seriously, this upgrade for Quake 2 is immersive, exciting. It's filled with extra campaigns, content, and just a plethora of different ways to experience with what is a very good Quake game. I think you'll have a lot of fun playing this, gathering resources, blasting others, whether you're doing so locally against various levels of AI or going against others online in what is still really competitive, intense, and crazy multiplayer action. It's a lot of fun, and I think you'll have a great time diving into Quake if you haven't played it before. And finally, rare replays, so don't dismay. Anyways, so some of these games do kind of show up on our list that are included in Rare Replay, but I think Rare Replay is kind of an awesome collection of 30 really great nostalgic games. Everything from basically the ancient library of Rare to something that is slightly more modern, but at the same time, I guess, basically retro at this point too, a lot of these games. It's amazing. It has such a wide variety and depth of content, and I think Rare Replay is a lot of fun to dive into as you get such a range of titles, history, and design, everything from like simplistic pixels to 3D designs, and there's a lot to love and enjoy in this. Just like there's a lot of retro games to love and enjoy in Xbox Game Pass. So again, Liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well, and I hope you found something exciting, nostalgic, or classic to play.